the yellow peas today. And that's what rightly Mohanty ji said. He proposed, his intention is to bring the government a duty, but my opinion, why would government care for it if they are getting a free stabilization of the prices, free without investing any money on a procurement, like, and at a different cost, yes.
Because he's with the policy people also. So now coming to the Indian side, import side, Kanal Alji, you are very strong in all soybean, corn, and now in pulses as well. So a large chunk of yellow peas have been imported by you. So you may like to throw lights from the point of Indian imports perspective, and because Indian importers have really had a big beating in prices this year. So perhaps maybe you can talk about it. Thank you.
Unfortunately, in the last couple of years, traders who have been importing yellow peas have gone through hell. We make forward contracts 1.5 months or 2 months shipment period. By the time the material comes, it's like 90 plus days for physical delivery. Here the prices, we don't know what the prices are going to open in the next 3 days or in 2 days. It'll make some money. And everybody is feeling that, okay, this could be the bottom price. Okay, the next level could be the bottom price. Oh, it can't go lower than that. And in that hope, people have been importing more than they can handle. I would say that unless government put some quota or duty, prices are not going to stabilize. Even every level that we import, we feel this is the bottom. And in the bargain, all the importers have bled hell.
Yeah, certainly point well taken. And indeed, last year was the debacle, year of debacle for all yellow peas importers as well. Now we go to another main importing countries, Pakistan, to our friend Tayyab. Tayyab, you are not bothered with the Indian policy and all, fine, let them do it, whatever they want to do it. We are okay with our side, So how the overall, of course, the price, international price has gone down, so that will put a pressure in your markets and stocks as well. So how do you see from Pakistan perspective, how much quantity do you import from respective region, and going forward, what are the stocks there, and so you can talk about that.
Thank you, Bangar Sahib. Pakistan, imports around close to 200 to 225,000 tons of yellow peas annually. It used to be a little lower. It's gone because we have seen some substitution with chana, and also because the price differential, which used to be around 20 rupees per kg, is now huge. Because, for example, chickpeas today is 215 rupees. Yellow peas is 160 rupees, 100 rupee difference now. So we used to be mostly a container market with one hatch of yellow peas coming with canola. But now, over the past 2 years, we've seen complete vessels, 25, 30,000 tons of yellow peas coming in. Currently, we have one vessel coming in of around part quantity 12 to 14,000. It's an expensive vessel at 390. And then we have another vessel booked for August shipment, 25,000 tons at 360. That said, we have seen over the last 2 months a lot of decline in offers, price, as Yogesh also mentioned, because the crops are big, so the sentiment is a bit depressed from origin also. So the lowest price we saw was 334 from Ukraine, and the lowest trade we heard was 328 in containers. And over the past 1 week, 10 days, because India is back in the market, so the offers for Pakistan now are above around 345, 350 levels in bulk, and containers are still between 340 to 345. The local market currently is 370 equivalent, but given the fact that there's so much cargo coming in, and with our monthly demand around 12 to 15,000 tons, we foresee that the local market will go down in the short term when the supply comes in. But for the long term, many people are predicting that the market, basically in India, they are predicting it as a dead cat bounce, and the market will go back down because of the huge crops in Russia, as well as China not buying from Canada. So we feel that Pakistan might get cheaper prices. There's a wait and see game. People are anticipating we might get somewhere between 320, 330 levels. Hopefully the market comes to that. And with our currency devaluing, I think people are also a bit wary of buying at this, entering the Indian market, because again, over the past 15 days, we've seen an upsurge in the prices. And if it goes up further, then, you know, all our predictions will go out the window. So for the moment, we are hopeful that Russia and Canada will be under pressure and Pakistan will get the benefit.
So in India, you know, yellow pea prices impact the prices of other sister pulses also, like chickpeas and even to some extent pigeon peas, other things. Does it happen in Pakistan also? Like, does it, is there any correlation between yellow pea, chickpea, or yellow pea, or any other pulses for that matter?
Pakistan, you know, it's not that high of a substitution like in India. Pakistan, you know, this is used mostly in what we call NIMCO products, yellow peas, or for basin and that kind of product. Yes, there has been an upsurge in the quantity compared to previous years, but not as drastic as one would have expected considering the huge differential in local prices. So, I mean, if there was, let's say, a 10,000 demand or a 12,000 ton demand monthly, now we're seeing 15-20% increase, but not as much as we would expect. So it's not like India, and after a certain point you reach a threshold, after that there's no demand. It's a completely separate product in Pakistan rather than the way you see it in India as a sort of a substitute for other pulses. We are completely different.
This may be perhaps due to the reason that CCL, Siptic and GPC about 15-20 years back, they went to India with a campaign that we have to market this by in a protein-rich pulse name, but they didn't come to Pakistan, perhaps, you know. So season is in touch with many people in Delhi and India. So now, you know, government has been watching the yellow peas prices going down and the yellow peas imports are being extended. So what do you think that, in your opinion, the rationale behind their being sort of a ruthless with the trade community and the whole pulses community, and not banning the or putting the duty on this, and still continuing, they opened the import, duty-free import till 31st of March, despite having pulse industry?
No, first of all, you have to see the government look things very differently. Sometimes we assume that government should look at things like we look at things. Government has its own way of looking at things. In fact, I was against opening of yellow peas when it was opened, like, you know, 2023. In fact, I was the only guy who used to go on CNBC, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And the trade was very happy that it will give one more avenue, one more commodity for us to do import-based trade. So they were very happy when it opened. But trade went into it thinking that actually government is just like, you know, a lock. You can unlock it and lock it. Unlock and lock it based on your own perception, because that is what you believe that you will be able to tell the government. Government was in distress in late 2023 because of high pulses prices. But they've seen that in past, actually, yellow peas was a Pandora's box. So they were not very inclined to open it in first place. And they were looking at traders only, that actually, like, you know, because of what has happened in past, 2016 onward, like, you know, it was not easy to control yellow peas for various reasons. There was a history. So government was not very keen. But when the trader themselves went and said that, no, you should do it, right? That is the only way. With not too much of optimism, government opened it for till 31st of March. Not much happened, frankly. 31st of March, government was ready to again close it. 2024 I'm talking about. But trader gave the reason that actually nothing much has happened because of only one reason, because Houthis are putting bomb on our ships and please extend it for a couple of more months. Till that trade thought, like, you know, they are doing the very smart job. But that was the time then actually started happening, like, you know, what you call dumping. I won't say dumping. Dumping, according to the international laws, means when you are selling a product by giving additional subsidies in the origin itself to reduce the price, and hence you are pushing a product at a lower price than your production price in a destination country. No, sir. Yellow peas, there is no subsidy being given by Canada or Russia. So it is not dumping. So we can always say that actually over-excited traders got oversupply, dumped in that sense in India. So technically it is not dumping, it is oversupply. Now after June, government was lucky that it started creating problem for prices of pigeon pea and then eventually even chana. And trade was always excited about talking about, like, you know, that chana will reach 80, 90, 100. That again, like, you know, made government to rethink that if we now somehow curtail or put duties or restrict yellow pea, will chana genuinely cross 90 rupees or 100 rupees? So trade has always made government decision easier. Now coming to current scenario, till September, government is not going to do anything. Not even revisit. Forget about changing it. They are not even going to revisit. Why? Government look at two constituents, consumers and farmers. Farmers are already in middle of sowing, so now changing any policy would be seen or perceived by the farmers as anti-farmer. They'll say for trader, now you are changing the policy when we were sowing or we were selling or we are harvesting, you have not helped us. So government cannot be seen to be having perceived as anti-farmer. Secondly, who would be having guts in Krishi Bhavan to put 10%, 15%, 20%, 30% duty and convert minus 11% pulses inflation to 5% pulses inflation suddenly, that too before festive season? So sorry sir, till September, mid of September or end of September, government then would reevaluate, because actually what would be the possible in the Kharif. If they are scared that actually the harvest is going to be less, reason for them to stop it. If they see that we'll be having glut, then they'll see to safeguard the farmers and ensure that actually chana sowing in the Rabi happens, might rethink it. But currently I think government, we are frankly trade community has been a little bit too negative about the government. We were saying, har 3 mahine mein ek notification, and now they've given you a full year for all the crops except moong.